Okay, don't know if this is working. Is there anyone here? Please make yourself known in the comments, in the chat even. Is there anybody there? Please make yourself known. I'll wait for a couple of minutes because, yep, here. Random guy who has nothing. That's depressing. Now that you've watched all, do you prefer Alien Force or the classic? I prefer season 1 and 2 of Alien Force compared to the classic, but season 3 was basically just classic season 5. It's what it felt like. Hello, Ultramate. You're a passionate one about Ben 10, I've noticed. Are there any problems? You hear me fine? Is the audio and video okay? Please let me know, people. Yep, everything's fine for Red. Everyone else? Because I can see there's 4 people here. Okay. Audio okay, video okay? Okay, wonderful. Ultimate Alien better than Alien Force. Okay, I'm looking forward to it. Come on, people. Where are you people? Show up. 5. Who else? People are joining. This is my first live stream, so there may be some issues. I think I prefer season 2 because of the ending. Season 1 ending wasn't a big episode. No, it wasn't. Or an episode that impacted the show. Yeah, the season 1 finale with Alien X, who was literally in it just once and then never showed up again. I agree. I think Alien Omniverse are my favourite Ben 10 shows. Okay. I've not given much thought to Omniverse, I'm going to be honest. I will do it, but I've never really given it much thought. Everyone's always talking about Alien Force and Ultimate Alien. No one talks about Omniverse that much. Nothing can compare to the classic series, in my opinion. The classic series is a special one. It's like Star Wars. Everyone will hold a special place in the heart for the original trilogy, and some people can agree or not whether some of the newer stuff is their favorite. Some people may prefer the prequels. Some people may prefer the sequels or any of the Disney Plus stuff. But people will always have a special place for the original trilogies, and I imagine Ben 10 is similar, except not as famous. I think Ultimate Alien is pretty good for Alien Force. Okay, Ultimate Alien had some stuff I didn't like. Okay, Ultramate is not an ultra fan of Ultimate Alien. And quick disclosure here, people. No being, it's part of my language, but no being dicks in the chat. Be a nice community here. We want a nice community. I have no problem with banter, but when you start offending people, you are out. Season 3 is not really as good as the first 2 seasons. No, it's not. Top three favorite aliens of all time. Ooh, here we go. This is what people were thinking. I think Big Chill is going to be up there for one. Wrath is another. So Big Chill and Wrath. Who would be the third? I'm trying to think of all the classic aliens as well. I do love Ghost Freak, but is he a upgrade? Upgrade or Ghost Freak? Those are my top 4. Upgrade, Ghost Freak, Big Chill, and Wrath. Those are my top 4. Because I think Upgrade is so unique. Like, with Big Chill, people say ice powers, okay, standard. With Wrath, just rage monster, standard. With Ghost Freak and Upgrade, they're a bit more, well, even Ghost Freak can be a bit of a generic in some places, but Upgrade seems very unique. Which Omnitrix is your favorite? Ooh. In terms of design, if you're talking Omnitrix, I prefer the original, the classic Omnitrix design better. Yeah. Like, in terms of Omnitrix designs, I prefer this. The classic series had its charm. One of my favorite hype moments is the Ben 10K episode. Yeah, that's an amazing episode. Still to this day hyped about it. That was an amazing episode. What are your favorite thoughts on what are your thoughts on Alien Force Vilgax? He's probably the character who changed the most. I hated the change to Vilgax. I hated when they changed it. His voice and his design in the classic series was so good. Yeah, I hated the change to Vilgax in Alien Force. I just thought there was no need for it. Because you'd struck gold with Steve Blum in the classic series and the design as well. Okay, Heat Blast, Diamond Head, and an alien you haven't met yet. Okay. Favorite Omnitrix is the Ultimatrix. If we're including the Ultimatrix, then I think that design is amazing. Like, I'm so new to it, but I think that design is amazing. However, if you're just talking Omnitrix, it's still this. Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite of the trio? Is this the Alien Force trio? Because if it's the Alien Force trio, I'm definitely going to say Kevin. Definitely Kevin. Kevin is my favorite of the new trio. Hey, I've totally ruined Vilgax. I agree. Ultimatrix. Which aliens do you think will get ultimate versions? I hope all of them do. I hope all of them get ultimate versions. I'm excited to see what Big Chill and Wrath looks like in their ultimate versions. As long as they don't change Wrath's voice, I'm good. About the classic series trio, the classic series trio. Yeah, I'd say Max. Yeah, I'd say Max was my favorite of the classic trio. Who's better, the classic trio or the AF trio? I think the AF trio is better. I love Grandpa Max so much. I think I really liked the, at least for the first 2 seasons, the more mature Ben, along with the level-headed Gwen and the ruffian Kevin, as well as the teasing of the romance between Gwen and Kevin. I think it was a good chemistry between the 3 of them. It's weird that between 2 shows you can take the grown up out of the trio, and yet it still and replace him with another kid who's their age. Yet it still feels more mature. I wish we had the 4 together. Yep, and episodes focused on Max and Kevin interacting. Yeah, I don't think Kevin and Max got enough time together. I don't think they got enough time together. And I remember when Alien Force first started, I thought the whole show was going to be about Max is missing and we're hunting him down. But then we're just tracking his movements with the DNA aliens and everything. But that story was wrapped up in 6 episodes. It was a good story for an arc, but I feel like you could have stretched the whole thing until 3 seasons if you wanted to. I feel like the classic trio made the story better since they learned to build a chemistry as time went on, as Gwen learned about magic and Max got to reveal his past and then learned a bit more about his powers. Yeah, I agree. There's amazing stuff about the original trio. I think I commented when you first started the classic series, I hope someone finally makes it to Omniverse. I will, I promise you. Much better if AF Vilgax was the son of classic Vilgax. Yeah, that would have been great instead of being the same character. You may have just given me an idea, and that's my thought process for Alien Force Vilgax from now on. So thank you for that. Thank you for that, Lucifer. Which origin to Gwen power you prefer, the magic or the alien? I like the alien one because it feels more in line with what is in the show. Like, I like the idea that her powers as an Anodite lets her access this stuff. Like, I like that idea. Favorite Alien Force episode overall. Favorite Alien Force episode overall. I'll tell you my favorite episodes from each season. Is that okay, Camilla? Is that okay? Can I tell you my favorite episodes from each season? Okay, okay. Red beat you to it. Favorite and least favorite episodes of each season. Favorite episode of season 1 would probably be the Max Out episode where they actually tracked down Max and then he faked his death with the null void projector. That was an incredible episode. I loved it. Least favorite was when we had to deal with JT and Cash, the bullies, and which was it? JT got this like robotic arm, and he turned into like a cyborg killing machine. I wouldn't say it was a bad episode, but I was like, okay, can we move this on and get to the D and alien stuff? That's what I was thinking with that one. Second season, it's hard to I may have ranked it different. I think my final ranking was different, but I loved the episode when we were in the Null Void and we actually found Max again. After I just mentioned the episode where he went into the Null Void. I loved the episode in season 2 where we found him again, and there was Dr. Animo, there was Pierce, Manny, Helen. I loved that episode, as well as the finale as well. The finale was incredible. Least favorite of season 2, I can't remember. I can't remember much of season 2 besides the good stuff. And season 3, worst episode was the premiere. Best episode was the Wrath episode. Most certainly the Wrath episode. So those are the best and worst of the 3 seasons. Yeah, classic trio is hard to beat. It is hard to beat, but I think what they came up with is... I personally prefer the Alien Force trio. That's fine, thank you. I can't remember what I ranked. I can't remember what I ranked my worst episode of season 2. Maybe it'll be on here. Let's see, because I wrote them down in my notes. Maybe I'll remember if I look at maybe my notes will still be here. Let's see, season 2, episode 4. Which was that? That was the Big Chill episode where he was laying eggs. You know what? Yeah, that might still be the worst episode of season 2, but I still loved it because it featured Big Chill so heavily. And I said before that he's one of my favorite aliens. The AF trio seems too OP. There's not a problem with the 2 OP. The thing that makes the Alien Force trio not that OP is their own personalities. Like, their own personalities can get in the way sometimes. Like Ben's ego, Kevin's stubbornness. And there's not much of a problem with Gwen, to be honest. And Bell even has Omnitrix. The AF trio seems to be better. It has Omnitrix limits, and Gwen is basically a god, and Kevin can absorb anything if needed. Yeah, but like I said, their personalities is what holds them back sometimes. Since Ben is part Anodite, that means that Ben is already part alien. Yeah. I mean, AF Trio isn't powerful enough if we compare them to Omniverse villains. Oh, hyping me up for Omniverse there, are you? There were plans to go and spin off, but it never happened. I would have liked that. But would it have mean we would have had to lose her in a Ben 10 show? Oh, I don't know. It's cartoon. They could have had her in both. It's a lot of work for Ashley Johnson, though. I would have liked a Gwen spin-off. Maybe learning more about her Anodite powers. That would have been good. Where do I think the show will go from now on with the ultimate forms? Hopefully back to Alien Force, the Alien Force tone. Please, season 1 and 2. And I've heard people say that there is dark moments in Ultimate Alien, which I'm looking forward to because I appreciate the darker tone. Who do you think is Ben's strongest alien other than Alien X? It's got to be way big, hasn't it? It's got to be way big. Swampfire is a good shout as well because it seems like he's got a ton of powers. With the classic series coming to this as well. Dwayne McDuffie was the main man responsible for Alien Force Ultimate Alien. R.I.P. Dwayne McDuffie. I think. Yes, I think he is dead. I'm pretty sure he's dead. Thoughts on Kevin joining the team? I love it. Like I said, he's my favourite member of the new trio. I love him so much. Who do I think will be the final villain? Zombozo, please. But yeah, I don't. Listen, I love Zombozo so much. I think he's such an underrated villain. I think he deserves more. I'd love to see the Forever King come back if he ever does, because it feels like we missed something off with him in the classic series. Ultimate Alien, very good mix of dark and serious moments and sometimes some funny moments. That's good. That's good. Because Alien Force, it had that darker tone, but it didn't miss out on some of its comedy. And the comedy was still good. I can tell you that it has the most serious episodes in the franchise. Good, good, good. That's very good. I like Ghost Freak as a villain. Ghost Freak is a very good villain. Ghost Freak is a fantastic villain. Yeah, I love the serious episodes. I do as well. I love the idea of a show maturing along with its audience. Like Clone Wars, Star Wars Clone Wars did that, and I love Star Wars Clone Wars. It matured along with its audience. Like when it got to season 3, it's when it got serious, like proper serious. Fun facts, Ultimate Alien will include mini arcs, which are unofficial 2-part episodes. Okay. I do know about the Generator Rex crossover. Classic Vilgax, Ghost Freak, and Zombozo. Best villains of all time. Best Ben 10 villains of all time or best villains in general? Because I may have to agree with you if you say best villains of all time. Okay, let's Tyler. Tyler, will you be watching Omniverse? Of course I'll be watching Omniverse, bro. By the way, Generator Rex is amazing. Good. That's good. I've heard things. I've heard good things. Alien Force and Ultimate Alien is my favourite Ben 10 series. Best childhood. Mine's late childhood because I'm only just watching it. It's dope. I'm still in my childhood. It's dope. The Generator Rex crossover. Good. Never watched Generator Rex, only saw the crossover. Watch Generator Rex. Do yourself a favour. Everyone's saying it's very good. Do yourself a favour and watch it. I don't know how you'd watch it, but you'd watch it. Omniverse is my fave. Okay. That's coming from Tyler. It's not standalone. It's actually plot relevant to Generator Rex. Okay. My favourite is Ultimate Alien, but Omniverse is a close second. Right then. I'm hearing a lot of good stuff about Ultimate Alien and Omniverse in this. Generator X passed by the Alien Force problem. Season 2 was bad, while Season 1 and 3 were amazing. Okay. Yeah, the crossover is amazing. Thoughts on the new character in Alien Force, Plumber's Helpers, and Darkstar? I do like Darkstar as a villain. His introduction was creepy as hell when he was just taking the life force out of these girls that he was dating. The Plumber's Helpers, I hated Helen and Manny, especially Manny, when they first showed up. But you know what? I really loved the episode in Season 3 where they all got their own time to shine, along with Cooper and Alan. I loved them. Not to mention it's Kerry Payton voicing Manny, so you can't go wrong. Top 3 worst useless aliens of all time. Useless aliens. Let's have a look at the Omnitrix here. Stinkfly. I don't think Stinkfly is useless. Diamond Head. Accelerator. I loved Accelerator. Ripjaws. I wish we would have seen more of Ripjaws. He wasn't around enough, Ripjaws. Forearms. Forearms was very basic. It's just super strength. Grey Matter, he had his intelligence, so he wasn't useless. Upgrade. Love Upgrade. Love Ghost Freak. Wild Mutt. Well, and Heat Blast was amazing. I don't think any of them are useless. But I'm trying to... Upchuck. Upchuck is a useless alien. Upchuck. Yeah, Upchuck is got to be a useless alien. Top 3 worst. Top 3. I'm trying to think of all the ones that were introduced. You know what? I was so annoyed when they didn't properly utilize the monster aliens that came in Season 3 of the classic series. You know, the mummy, the werewolf, and the Franken-freak character, the Frankenstein character. I was so annoyed when they didn't really utilize those aliens again. But I wouldn't say they were useless. It's just we never got to use them. Alien Force has lots of Omniverse has lots of world building, makes Ben 10 universe feel more massive compared to the previous shows. Okay, I imagine a lot of space travel is going to be involved in that one. I remember watching Generator Rex when I was 11. Didn't like it. Maybe it'll grow on me now. Maybe it will. Maybe it will. Tyler, lots of lore. Okay. I feel like we got a lot of lore in Alien Force as well, especially when the episode when we went to Primus and we heard about the Omnitrix and how it was made. All the shows have drastically different tones. Okay. So what I'm getting is classic series light, Alien Force slightly darker, Ultimate Alien very dark, Omniverse lighter. Who would win? Ben versus Gwen versus Kevin. Who would win? It depends on the Unfortunately, I've got to say Kevin would probably lose against both of them. Kevin can't beat Gwen, Kevin can't beat Ben, and he wouldn't beat Gwen, even if he wanted to. I think, you know what, I think Gwen has a good chance against Ben. Yeah, I think Gwen has a good chance. But who would win? I'm going to say Ben, because the Omnitrix is supposed to be the most powerful device in the universe, so I'm going to say Ben. Omniverse has the 3 aliens I like the least. Oh god, you're going to have to tell me that. You're going to have to tell me which ones when they show up. Wildvine was kind of useless, yeah. He was used every now and again, but it just feels like he wasn't that unique. Wildvine had his uses. It just, like I said, he didn't feel very unique. It felt like you could have had aliens that could have done the job that he did. Wait until you watch Omniverse. Well, you'll be waiting until I watch Omniverse. The best thing about Ultimate Alien is that it's built up a story and it's not all over the place like the classic series. Good. I love seasonal storylines. Of course, there are some random filler episodes. That's natural with any show. But mostly the story continues and evolves. Okay, that's very good. Wildvine was made obsolete by Swampfire. I said this when Swampfire first showed up. He was like a combination of Heat Blast, Wildvine, and Four Arms. That's what I said when he first showed up. There's a literal alien called the Worst. No, there is not. There's not a literal alien called the Worst. Upchuck did beat the Forever King. That does. Here's how I rank it. With these aliens. If there's an alien that, like, I only rank an alien saying it's useless if you have other aliens that can do the same job. Like, why did they introduce Upchuck? Like, yeah, he eats stuff and blows stuff back in energy blasts, but Ben's got a lot of aliens that can do, like, blasting stuff. Like, Heat Blast can blast stuff. Like, Frankenstrike, yeah. Like, I was so annoyed when we didn't get to use him so much. Like, he literally transformed into him once in the season 3 finale, and then never used him again. Same with the mummy and the werewolf, really. I don't think there's a truly useless alien. Some are just what? Some are just more situational than others. Yeah, every alien is situational. Yeah. He was called Ben Victor in the classic series. The Worst is funny, unlike Frankenstrike. Yeah, I don't think Frankenstrike was meant to be funny. Yeah, I like that Ultimate Alien has arcs, but it also gives some spaces to individual episodes. That is fine. That is absolutely fine. To me, a season is bad when you have more filler episodes than you do actual story episodes. Which is what it felt like for season 3 of Alien Force. To be honest, even the Worst isn't the worst alien. He is indestructible. Fair enough. One thing every Ben 10 fan forgets is that fairy tale characters like fairies and trolls are real. Spoiler, guys, no spoiler. Okay. How much did I miss? I don't know, Brandon. How much did you miss? Brandon Shack movies. How much did you miss? Talking about I loved and hated aliens, and yeah, he didn't watch Omniverse. So mentioning the Worst was a spoiler. Fair enough. I mean, I'm anticipating the Worst first appearance now. Wildvine's episode in Omniverse is amazing. Okay, so Wildvine makes an appearance in Omniverse. That is a spoiler. My favorite alien is Cannonball. When he returned in Alien Force, I went crazy. Cannonball is good. Cannonball is good. Duncan Relu said in an interview that he tried to make Omniverse like an anime, but they didn't have much time, so it ended as it was. Okay. Does that mean they tried to make the animation different, or did they try to make it like a long-term story? Do we wish the show explore more about Kevin's alien background and his powers? A little, but I'm not like crying that it didn't do that. One thing that bothers me in Alien Force is that Humongous Son never used his ability to increase his size again, even in moments that he needed it. Yeah. like a lot of people, I hear a lot of people complaining about Alien Force that I don't know what that was. I heard something. It can sometimes get a bit too OP, and now with the Ultimatrix, that's going to be an even bigger problem. But sometimes you just got to accept these things. Ultimate Alien is 2 aliens with similar powers to older aliens. Okay. You watched Ben 10 Destroy All Aliens movie? It's canon. Yes, I did. It's on my Patreon. The full length version of it is on my Patreon, and I loved it. The change in animation was a bit of a throw off, but I dealt with it. Correct way to compare Alien Force and Ultimate Alien. There's time to go Hero and there's time to go Ultimate. Okay, fair enough. Bad. Which aliens would you choose if you were given the Omnitrix? No master control. Am I supposed to pick 10 here? 10 aliens? And the worst is funny when he turns up, so you can anticipate that. Do you like the new actors for the trio? They're the ones I associate with the most. Yes, I do. I do like the actors for the new trio. I do a lot. The animation and the story. Okay, the animation. Right, fair enough. I would pay to see a Ben 10 anime. I'd love to see that. The story overall is decent. Good. That's very good. You should have the mods on the chat. Keep an eye on spoilers. Well, I only have one mod, and that's Demon Arshan, and he's not here. The Omniverse was cancelled because the audience were not buying the toys. I mean, a lot of stuff hangs on merch sales, unfortunately. It was still the series of most episodes for the reboot. Okay. Probably because the audience were teenagers by that point. Yeah. If Omniverse does take a bit of a step back from the tone, like if the shows just get more tonally mature and then you take a step down, yeah, the audience is gonna fall a bit flat. Hence with season 3 of Alien Force. Yeah, you need mods. I do need more mods, but I only have one so far. It's nice that you've already met my top 3 aliens: 1 Diamond Head, 2 Wrath, and 3 Heat Blast. They're all good aliens. I want a Ben 10,000 Adult Swim series. Adult Swim series? What do you mean about that? It's weird. Omniverse is bizarrely consistent, so when people don't like the tone, they really don't like it. Okay. The moment you have the Omnitrix and want master control, but forget to consider Alien X. Yeah. But then again, I think they did a good job of explaining the downside to Alien X on the episode when he first showed up. They did a good job of explaining that, and they probably just didn't want to get Kevin Conroy to come back. Universe is a bit more bouncy than Ultimate Alien and Alien Force. It's lighthearted, it has some great mature moments scattered throughout the series. Yeah, when the tone lightens up a bit, you can lose your audience a bit, unless you're trying to get a new audience in. But yeah, when you lighten the tone as your audience is getting older, you can lose them. Wait, I'm wrong. I just remembered a few episodes. Okay, that was your response to the consistency of tone. Okay, that one filler episode of Omniverse with a certain mother was so annoying in Omniverse. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about, Ultramate. I will wait and probably recognize it when it comes. What made some people hate Omniverse back in the day was the style of the animation. Some didn't even watch the thing before judging it. Ooh dear. Ooh dear. Okay. Adult Swim brought back Samurai Jack for an older audience. Want something similar to Ben 10? Yeah. I'd take a new Ben 10 series. I mean, I haven't finished all the ones that are there yet, but I'd take that. You think the OG Omnitrix is gone for good? Yes, I do. I do think the OG Omnitrix is gone for good. Who's your favourite character so far? That's hard to say. That's a hard one. Omniverse has the best animation in my opinion too. The art style is arguable, but the animation itself, the movement, etc. is top notch. Okay, fair enough. It's just a cause to leave the stream to watch Arrow Season 2. Is it a just cause to leave the stream to watch Arrow Season 2? You know what? No, stay here. Stay for my first stream. You can watch Arrow Season 2 later. I mean, if not, fair enough. I actually have Stephen Amell's autograph as well. So I'm a big fan of Arrow, if you haven't seen it on my channel before. I cried in those last few episodes. They thought crazy anime fights for Ben 10, but instead it got anime elements like goofiness and romance. I don't have a problem with a bit of goofiness and a bit of romance. You guys mean animation or art style? Who are you asking that to? I don't know. I agree. I think Alien Force has the best style, but the animation in Omniverse is infinitely better. Okay, I'm excited for Omniverse. I think that's what matters most in cartoons. Yes, Omni looks amazing in motion. The Flash is on its last season. I gave up on Flash halfway through season 6. I limped on through season 3, 4, and 5, and then I pretty much gave up on the Arrowverse after Crisis on Infinite Earths and Arrow ended. I do plan on watching Superman and Lois. I'll tell you about the Arrowverse. I watched all of Arrow. I watched halfway through season 6, up to halfway through season 6 for Flash. Never bothered with Batwoman. Never bothered with Supergirl. I watched 3 seasons of Legends, and I watched 2 seasons of Black Lightning. I haven't started. I intend to start Superman and Lois, but I haven't yet. They thought it crazy. Flash is on its last season. I mean, animation, I personally love the art style too, but I know others don't. It's a matter of opinion for everyone. You can't please everyone, no matter how much you try. Which characters' powers or weapons would rather have other than the Omnitrix? My choice would be Professor Paradox. Professor Paradox is an amazing power. Yeah, Professor Paradox is a good one. It's a lot, man. Classic series characters is returning in Omniverse. Okay. I wonder who. My favourite Ben 10 show is Classic. My favourite arc is The Hybrid. Of course, that's an amazing arc. My favourite filler episode is Ultimate Alien. My favourite 2-parter episodes are in Omniverse. All over, I love Ben 10. You know what? Very good. That's very good. It's good that you can find something good in everything. Superman and Lois is good. Season 1 is the best so far. Ooh, okay. I've got season 1 on DVD. I just haven't watched it yet. Film fact, because of interference from Cartoon Network in season 3 of Alien Force, the story writers had to save their mature plot lines for Ultimate Alien. That is very good. Very good. The Flash fell off. They changed up literally 90% of the team. I do watch a lot of clips from the new seasons, so I do know Cisco gone, Joe is leaving, Caitlin is gone now as well, I think. Spoilers for Flash by accident, I'm sorry. And I do know that most of the team is different. That's a problem when a show goes for longer than it should. you lose a lot of your original charm, your team. My favourite designs for characters will always be the classic, especially Vilgax. Yes, he looks much more menacing, and now he looks almost like he's dressed to be a hero. yeah. Not to mention that classic Ben 10 t-shirt. I still have it, the one I painted. Zoom Unlocked was amazing. A little iffy on its season 1 ending, but still decent. Yeah, Ultimate Alien recycles some of elements from original season 3 of Alien Force. Yep, the Cartoon Network didn't allow them to finish using it first. Have you seen or heard of any aliens online that you have yet to see in the show? I don't think so. I mean, the worst, because that was literally mentioned in this chat. But yeah, I don't think so. Kevin became great in Alien Force. Of course he did. But Ultimate Alien cemented him as my favourite. Oh, a lot of new stuff coming from Kevin. I'm happy about that. Ultimate Alien Kevin is peak Kevin. That's very good. I do miss Kevin as a villain, as like the Frankenstein monster that he was in the classic series. But yeah, I absolutely love him in Alien Force. Favorite season of the OG series? It's got to be between season 1 and 3. Because the season 1 storyline, you knew Vilgax was coming the whole time, but season 3 snuck up on you with the subtle connections between the mummy, the werewolf, and Frankenfreak and Ghost Freak as well. Frankenstrike and Ghost Freak. It was such subtle connections that I was actually shocked when it all came together. Classic Vilgax versus AF Vilgax. You know what? As much as I hate to admit, Alien Force Vilgax as a character, well, Alien Force Vilgax in terms of his powers would win, but we all prefer Classic Vilgax. We'd be rooting for Classic Vilgax in that fight. But in terms of powers, maybe Alien Force Vilgax would win, as much as I hate to say that. My favourite season of the OG series is 3. Yeah, season 3 is incredible. That moment you hate on Ben's aliens, but forget about Nanomech Alien Swarm. Yeah. I think everyone forgets about that. Despite it being a good movie, it was a good movie. Ultimate Alien is the best, Kevin, and you're going to see why. Yeah, I will, because I'm going to watch it. Not right now, though. Classic Vilgax will always be the best Vilgax. I agree. I completely agree with you. Would you sacrifice your insanity for knowledge to traverse space-time? You calling me crazy? You calling me crazy? What aliens are you hoping to have an ultimate transformation? All of them. Especially Big Chill and Wrath. Back with a Vengeance. Best Ben 10 episodes of all time, hands down. Oh, you're talking about the Kevin and Ragnarok episode. Yeah. Say something like that again, you're banned. I'm joking. But seriously. Favorite villain. Classic Vilgax. He's my favorite villain. I'm gonna lie, I actually like Reboot Vilgax. I wouldn't mind Reboot Vilgax if he wasn't such a perversion of the original. Like, I literally got comments saying like it's probably better if you view this Vilgax as a different character completely. But I couldn't, and I hated it. I don't know if you're watching Reboot, but I have my reasons to why I like him. I don't know about the Reboot. I'm still 50-50 on if I should watch the reboot. So when you were talking about reboot Vilgax, I thought you meant the Alien Force version, but I imagine Vilgax is going to be in the reboot series if you're talking about it so much. Maybe, I don't know. Benson Aliens with Generator Rex art style was peak, man. I wish there was a series with that art style. Fair enough. It doesn't make the reboot worth watching, but it's pretty great villains. So much temptation. Echo has the best ultimate. I promise you'll love it. Okay. If he turns into Ditto, then of course. And you get Rob Paulson. If you get Rob Paulson back to play him, of course. All right, favorite Ben 10K episode: Ben 10,000 or Ken 10? Ben 10,000, most certainly. Ben 10,000 is the better episode. No, Back with a Vengeance is the Back with a Vengeance is the Kevin and Vilgax team up from the classic series. It was the best episode of season 2. It was the best episode of the season 2 in the classic series. Yes, I did love it. It felt like a little one-up from the season 1 storyline. Well, from the season 1 finale. But I feel like the season 1 finale had a better build-up. Fun fact: in Ultimate Alien, Ben gets to use his original aliens, his Alien Force aliens, and new aliens, and the Ultimates. Oh, I'm excited! I'm excited to see some classics return. The only thing I like about the reboot is the animation and the transformation scenes. Okay. What's up with the spoilers? I do see a lot of people talking about the reboot and Omniverse around here, and I'm thinking, like, please stop talking about it. I don't think you should watch the reboot. You should probably stop Omniverse, okay? The reboot has its moments, but it's clearly made for a younger audience. Is it like Teen Titans and Teen Titans Go? Is that what we're talking about here? War of the Worlds Part 1 is one of my favourites. Yes, the Season 2 finale Part 1 was incredible. Very incredible. You prefer Ken 10 to Ken 10,000? I loved the Ben 10,000 episode too much. It had Vilgax in it. What are you talking about? It introduced the Master Control. Favorite Vilgax episode? It's got to be the season 1 finale, hasn't it? The season 1 finale is incredible. Or are you talking about favorite Vilgax Alien Force episode? And his secrets. Can't remember which one that was. You'll have to remind me, Ultramate. No, the reboot is better than Teen Titans Go, but you won't love it unless you're like 6 or 7. Well, I'm not 6 or 7, so maybe not. Reasons to watch the reboot without spoiling anything. It has a few things and episodes that will please the fans of the original series. The episodes are only 10 minutes too. Okay. I'm already picturing in my mind what kind of show this is from the information I've got. Cherry Tree is the best. Cherry Tree is the best Vilgax moment. Which one's? What are you talking about? What are we talking about there? I like Kevin 11,000's transformation better than the classic Kevin's. It was so long ago I can barely remember it. Who would win? Original Ben 10 with Master Control or Alien Force Ben Season 3? Alien Force Season 3 Ben would win because he's got more experience. Classic Ghost Freak or Alien Force? Ghost Freak. I didn't really see much of a difference between the two of them. Are you talking design? Then I'd say classic. But I have to say, I didn't really know much of a design. I didn't really know much of a difference between the two. Like, the difference between original Vilgax and new Vilgax, Alien Force Vilgax, is like night and day. But with Ghost Freak, it's not so much. I didn't really notice much of a difference. It's defo aimed at a younger audience, like someone else said, but it's not bad. Okay. Who do you think will win between Alien Force Kevin or 10-year-old Ben? Alien Force Kevin, I think. I think Alien Force Kevin, because he knows all of 10-year-old Ben's tricks. Don't worry about his code. Cool. Who's your favorite alien then? I said this at the beginning. I can't. Ghost Freak, Upgrade, Big Chill, or Wrath. Those are my top 4. I can't name a top 1. Also, Season 3 Alien Force runs on charge and can switch even without master control. Even if you have to go human first. Okay. Fun fact, originally Alien Force would have older Ben and Gwen mentoring a younger generation of heroes with alien powers. And it would be called Ben 10 Hero Generation. That's what they were calling the Sumo Slammers show towards the end. And I thought that's what we were going to get when this show first started, when Max, after he went missing, sent that message to Ben saying, find the plumber's kids and make them a team. So I thought that's what we were going to get. I thought we were going to get an army of plumber's kids together. And I suppose we kind of got there with the season 2 finales when we got all our characters back together. But it's clear that the show's objective changed compared to how it ended. Who would win, Echo Echo versus Wild Mutt? I'd say Echo Echo, because Wild Mutt's senses depends on sound, and Echo Echo can just make sonic sounds all over, like his echo chamber. He can do that all over, so he can disorientate Wild Mutt. Look at me getting scientific there. Do you prefer first episode of Classic and then there were 10, or what, the first episode of Alien Force, Ben 10 Returns, Part 1 and Part 2? Ooh. That's a hard one. That's a hard one, Brandon Shack. That's a very hard one. Oh, poor Wild Mutt's eardrums. Yeah. Upgrade was my favourite as a kid. I love Upgrade. He's very unique. It's Cannonball now, though. Ever since rewatching Grudge Match, where Kevin knows all of Ben's aliens, and then Ben goes Cannonball and leaves Kevin. Yeah. When Cannonball destroys Kevin, because Kevin doesn't have Cannonball's powers. Yeah. Yeah, very true. Very true. That is a good moment. Do you think Alien X is an interesting concept? For example, if you could remove him, would you? Yeah, I would. I'd remove him. Because as much as I love Kevin Conroy's voice, I would fucking rage if I was. I'd lose my mind if I was stuck in an endless conversation with those two. I don't think you've been introduced to Cannonball. Yeah, I remember that moment, Tyler. Do you think Alien X should have been used to cure the hybrids instead of the Omnitrix? That would have been an incredible moment and a good way to not make Alien X so forgettable, despite how powerful he is. Yeah, that would have been a good moment for Alien X to do that. So what do you think about Grey Matter? I never liked him. He had his uses. He was very useful. I know what you're like, Ultramate. You're just one of those people who loves action. And you know when Grey Matter shows up, you're not getting much action. It was a character you didn't like that ended up becoming a favourite. You know what? Original Gwen kind of annoyed me, but I really like her in Alien Force. Does that count? I really like Gwen in Alien Force, but she annoyed me so much in the classic series. Since you've seen them both, who do you think would win? Ultimate Humongous or Ultimate Swampfire? Ultimate Swampfire. He's got more powers, I think. I don't know. Ultimate Humongousaur's got rockets, so. Who do you wish Alien Force has more additional aliens besides the new set of 10? Do you wish Alien Force had more additional aliens besides the new set of 10? We only had Lodestar and Wrath. That's hard to say because sometimes in the classic series, I felt like they added an alien too much. Like by the end of it started off with 10 aliens, and by the end of the fourth season, we had over 20 or close to 20. Wait, Bellicus is Kevin Conroy? Yes, Bellicus is Kevin Conroy. Did you not know that, Tyler? What was the plumber guy in season 2? The one who was voiced by J.K. Simmons, because J.K. Simmons was also in Benton Alien Force. He played the plumber's guard. I can't remember what his name was. The one who took Kevin's badge away from him and then gave it back at the end of the episode. What was his name? Yeah, Majesty Gayhill. Phil. No, not Phil. That you're thinking of season 2 of the classic series. I'm talking season 2 of the original of Alien Force. The alien plumber who showed up to help them with Darkstar. Yeah, he was voiced by J.K. Simmons, and you can go back and watch my reaction. I was like, "What the fuck, J.K. Simmons?" Yeah, sorry, Moctezuma. I don't have my 10 aliens yet. I need a moment to think about that before I decide on that, because I have to go back through my catalogue of what I know. Do you think the aliens would ever team up like the -10? The -10 had such potential, and then it was only used for 2 episodes. I had so many theories about what was going to happen in that finale, and I was let down, I'm afraid to say. I was hoping like Ben would get Kevin and Vilgax out of the Null Void and have them team up with him against the -10. I had so many theories about that finale, and none of it came true. Do I think Alien X will show up again? I do. There's got to be a reason like we still have him. Like up until the last episode of Alien Force, we still had him in the intro, so he's got to show up at some point again. Question is, will Kevin Conroy be doing his voice? I mean, you already know because you're Ben 10 stands, so you probably know. How many forearms would it take to beat one Humongousaur, and how many Humongousaurs would it take to beat one way big? Listen, you can think about that in your own time. My brain is not wired for that right now. I personally think that Ben 10 Returns Part 1 and Part 2 are better. Like I said, sometimes the newer stuff is higher in quality, and the old stuff has a special place in your heart, like Star Wars. Like you can look at the original trilogy of Star Wars and think it's not that incredibly well made, and it's very cheesy at some points, but it has a special place. And then you look at stuff like The Mandalorian and stuff like that, and then you're thinking this is incredible. So that's like this. Whose ultimate you want to see the most? Whose ultimate do I want to see the most? Design-wise, Big Chill. I am anticipating Big Chill's new appearance. I agree, OG Gwen is annoying, but to be honest, so is Ben. Ben had a bit of charm to it, though. Like mischievous charm, kind of like Bart Simpson in some ways. But Gwen was annoying. Ben and Gwen in the OG series were kind of like Bart and Lisa. Yep, Ben 10K, I use my grey matter to build an Omnitrix. Yeah, like I said, grey matter, very important. I like Lodestar. I do like Lodestar as well, Tyler. I think we didn't get enough of him. The Magneto powers. Oh, the reboot has a really dope sequence and use of spoilers. Okay. By the end of the classic series, Ben had 19 aliens exactly, and I can't remember all of them. Okay, yeah, my 10 aliens would be 3 yet to meet, Wild Vine, Grey Matter, Accelerate, Wild Muck, Upgrade, Kevin, if not. Kevin? You want Kevin as one of your aliens? If not, then Diamond Head. Okay. Oh, I missed Echo. Okay. Would you ever do a tier list of Ben 10 classic aliens? Maybe one day. Maybe. I think I'd have to finish Ultimate Alien and Omniverse and maybe the reboot for that, though. I need to be exposed to all of the aliens of Ben 10 before I do something like that. Since no one asked yet, thoughts on Gwen and there it is. Gwen and Kevin. I do love it. I don't like how a lot of people say that they've been together the whole time, but we've only had to wait up until the final episode to see them kiss. I don't like that. I wanted to see their relationship go from scratch to what it is. But I do like it. Like I think I was on board with that the second we saw it in the first episode, or the second episode. Yeah, I was on board with that ship from the beginning. Who is a character you want to know more about? A character I want to know more about. I feel like we've got a lot of Kevin. So do I want anyone else? Not sure. You know what? I don't think we got enough of her in the Alien Force. I want more of Julie. Because it felt like she was very much a part-timer. I would like her to be a full-timer. I would like her to show up at least once every 2 episodes. I want more of her. Omnitrix or absorbing the Omnitrix. Okay. Ken 10, do you remember the scene where Ken is talking about aliens? He wants swapped out and he mentioned a few that haven't been seen before. Any thoughts on that? You know what? Even in the Ben 10,000 episode, Ben 10,000 used this alien called Arctiguana or Absolute Zero. Yeah, Arctiguana. He used that alien to freeze Vilgax, and I would like to see that alien make an appearance. So, yeah. And even in Ben 10,000, if that future is still possible, he does still use a lot of the classic aliens. So I would love to see the classics return. I nearly lost my mind when you had characters like Way Big, Cannonbolt, and Diamond Head making the return. I want more. You're gonna love Ultimate Alien? I hope I do. I hope I do love Ultimate Alien. Would you want a 2-3 episode trilogy of Ben losing the Omnitrix and fighting without the Omnitrix and learning how it's like without it? You know what? Yeah, I'd take that if they're willing to stretch it out over 2 or 3 episodes. What is your of the watches? The prototype Omnitrix. It's the prototype. The prototype one. Do you prefer green Omnitrix or Albedo's red? Green. Look at you see this? Like, yeah, red is decent, but the color scheme is green. I prefer green. Who do you think would be the final villain in Ultimate Alien? I think I've heard this one before. I can't remember what I answered, though. I don't think I did answer. Ooh, you know what I'd like for the final villain in Ultimate Alien? Have Kevin go back to being a villain, at least temporarily. Have you watched Generator Rex? No, I have not watched Generator Rex, and I know it has a crossover with Ben 10 coming along. Gwen is really cool for their attitude. Episode 3, Gwen just straight up asks, when are you going to ask me out? Yeah. She does do that. Okay, Lucifer, you're on your way. Goodbye. Happy to have you here. Bloody hell, we've been going for over an hour now. I wasn't expecting it to go this long. I was only expecting to go for an hour. We're going overtime. Which alien's voice do you like the most? It's hard to disagree with Wrath. I love Big Chill's voice. A lot of my favorite aliens depends on who the voice is. I've noticed. I just love Big Chill's voice and I love Wrath's voice. And not to mention, I do watch Bad Batch as well, and Clone Wars, where you got D. Bradley Baker voicing all these different kinds of characters with different voices. Like Big Chill, if you watch Bad Batch, Big Chill sounds exactly like Crosshair. Chroma Stone sounds exactly like Tech. So, D. Bradley Baker is just a voice acting genius. In terms of design, which do you think has better aliens so far? Classic or Alien Force? Ooh! In terms of design, I would say Classic? Maybe? Oh god, that's a hard one. What is it with you and these very hard ones, Brandon Jack movies? You are coming up with the hardest questions, and my brain is not ready for it. I just come back from watching WrestleMania for the last 2 nights. I'm tired. Back, it was episode 9. Okay. I do remember the moment when she said, when are you going to ask me out? I do remember that moment. I can't remember what episode it was, though. I remember the moment, though. Julie does appear more in Ultimate Alien than she appeared in Alien Force. Good. She's supposed to be Gwen. She's supposed to be Ben's girlfriend, of course. Man, I can't wait for your Omniverse reactions. You're going to be waiting a while if you're waiting for Omniverse, specifically, Tyler. Ben 10,000 had the original Omnitrix, which is now destroyed. Yeah, so that means that future is not really possible at the moment. With things like or does the Omnitrix come back at some point? But I doubt it. With things like Omnitrix being destroyed and Kevin being redeemed, do you think Ben's future has changed? Yeah, I do. If so, what do you think it looks like now? Possibly better, hopefully. You know what? It is better, because even if the Ben 10,000 stuff becomes true, at least Vilgax will go back to how he used to look. He'll go back to being Steve Bloom. So yes, the future is bright, even if Ben 10,000 happens. I don't need anything else to change as long as Steve Bloom comes back as Vilgax. Who is an underrated character or alien transformation? Underrated. I think Upgrade is underrated. That might be one of the reasons why I like him so much. I think he's underrated. Kevin or Ben, who is more hot-headed? Definitely Kevin. Kevin is definitely more hot-headed. Wrath is S tier. Of course, Wrath is always S tier. Ghost Freak has the best voice. It just strikes fear into enemies' hearts. Ghost Freak's voice is terrifying. Was he voiced by Bradley Baker? I can't remember. Also, Omniverse has the best soundtrack. Okay. Best theme song? Best theme... Oh, my God. Like... Alien Force does not hold a candle to the original, the classic series theme song. Alien Force does not hold a candle to that show's theme song. Do you think any classic villains was handled better in Alien Force? Definitely not Vilgax, but what about Animo, Charmcaster, and the Forever Knights? Whew. I think the Forever Knights look better in Alien Force. I think they look better. I don't know if they were handled better, though. I don't know why they changed so much about Animo in the news in Alien Force. I don't know why they made him just a muscly guy. Charmcaster was handled pretty well, but I do have a certain fondness for. I think I like her look better in the classic series. I think I liked her design better in the classic series. Any aliens, you know, any classic villains that was handled better in Alien Force? Kevin was handled a lot better in Alien Force. Maybe a cop-out answer for you, Red, but that's the truth. Not gonna lie, as much as the OG theme is amazing, I really love the Alien Force's opening theme. It does. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say, Tyler. It does. Nothing is better than that classic theme. I've been waiting for Omni, and we are all ready. I hope past the halfway point. Ooh, I think you're going to be waiting a while before Omni shows up. If Ben was put in the My Hero Academia universe, do you think he would get a hero license? I don't think Ben would make it into UA at all. He's not. He wouldn't, like, to get into UA. You have to be one of the top. In terms of academics, like, you have to be intelligent to be a hero in My Hero Academia. So no, I think Ben would have to become a vigilante because he would not pass the bar to get into a hero school in My Hero Academia. Random guy who has nothing to start with. Yes, that theme was amazing. Kevin and Gwen's VAs get paired together a surprising amount. Beast Boy and Terror. Yeah, I remember that. Like, I remember seeing a comment not too long ago. I remember the name Greg Sipes just rang with me. I was like, hang on, I know that name, and I recognise that voice. But you've actually surprised me when you say that Terror was played by Ashley Johnson. I haven't watched Teen Titans in a long time, so I don't remember that. But if I ever rewatch it, I'll be watching out for her voice. Steve Bloom does come back. As what, though? Please tell me it's Vilgax. But you would have said you would have said in that comment, like, you've already spoiled that Steve Bloom is coming back. You would have spoiled already if he was coming back as Vilgax, but you didn't. So I'll be angry if I hear Steve Bloom's voice or see his name in the credits and he's not playing Vilgax. It'll be a travesty. Ultimate Alien's opening theme is pretty good too. To be honest, Omniverse has the worst opening theme, but the best soundtrack. Okay. Get that reference, Chris? I don't know. What did Chris say? Okay. Striking fear into the heart, its enemies' hearts. Okay. I'm sure that reference went over my head, but I'm sure I'll find it at some point. Reverse opening is bad. Okay, I always prefer the Alien Force opening over Classic. How dare you, Camilla? Please stay at Patreon, please. Don't leave. It's not bad, but I need to stop messing with my mic. It's not bad, but it's the worst out of the four, in my opinion. Even though Classic is nostalgic as hell. Of course it is. You know, Alien Force theme is just slowed orchestra of the OG theme. I'll have to. Now that you've got me thinking about it, I can kind of see it. I will give you one time for the Ultimate Alien up. Pay attention to it. You might pause it on the first watch. Okay. I was the one who provoked this argument. What, this whole... Yeah, the best theme song. Yes, you did provoke this argument. Alien Force intro is just a faster version of the Classic. Some people are saying slower, some people are saying faster. I need to listen to them both again to confirm what you say to me. Pretty sure the Alien Force intro is the theme song. But they're so different in terms of how they sound. It's hard to tell. I prefer the Classic. Good. I prefer Alien Force's new mix of OG theme with no lyrics. Don't make me wait anymore. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that, Moctezuma? Love the Omniverse love in this chat. Yeah, there's a lot of Omniverse love in this chat. The show got hated on so hard when it came out. I did not deserve it. I think that you missed our tea there, Tyler. Omniverse has the best lore of all the shows. Okay. Yep, it's my favorite series. Ashley Johnson voices Elle in The Last of Us, and all I hear is Gwen. I didn't play The Last of Us. I'm not much of a gamer, but I want to be. Steve Bloom returns in Omniverse. Albedo. Does Steve Bloom voice Albedo in Omniverse? Is that a spoiler, random guy who has nothing, or are you trolling me? Do you think a new member will be added to the trio? If so, who? And do you think anyone will quit the team? New member, I think, has got to be Julie, or have Max return. I don't know. But definitely Julie. Who do I think will quit the team? Who do I think is most likely to quit the team is probably Kevin. As much as I'd hate to say that, and as much as I'd hate to see it. But the most likely to quit the team, I think, is Kevin, considering he's walked away a few times, but always comes back. I think the worst opening is Ultimate Alien. Okay. Have you watched Justice League animated series? I've seen parts of it. I've seen an episode here and there. I've never watched the full thing all the way through. And I do plan on getting back to Batman the Animated Series at some point, and then doing Superman, Justice League, Batman Beyond, Static Shock. I plan to do all of it. But you know, too many cartoons in the world, not enough time to do it. The way you can fix that is by everyone subscribing to my Patreon and getting me enough money so that I don't have to work, and then I can watch all the shows all day. But I'm not. Don't do that. Don't do that. Subscribe to the Patreon if you want to, and if you have the money to do so. To be honest, I find it funny how Ben has almost all the powers in My Hero Academia, but better. Heat Blast is a better Endeavour, Way Big is a better Mount Lady, Accelerate is a better Ida. Very true, very true. I think Ultimate Alien has the worst opening. Not bad, but not the same level as the others. Fair enough. If you listen to Alien Force theme when Swampfire shows up, it's the OG theme. It's start. Okay. When I think about it, I can see the similarities, but I prefer the sound and the vibe of the original much better. Hope Alien X makes a return. It'd have to be one hell of a problem considering that Ben didn't pull that out in the Hybrid War or against Vilgax. Warning, Omniverse loves to retcon things. Ooh, that's a problem. That's a problem. We don't like retcons. We like smart retcons. We don't just like plain retcons. Like the flashback in season 3 of Alien Force when Tetrax hands the crystal to Vilgax. Like we saw that same scene in Secret of the Omnitrix, but he was original Vilgax then. So no. We don't like retcons unless they're smart. Edward the Giant saying hello. Have you only just got here? We've been going for an hour and 20 minutes already. That's what happens when every show has a different creative team. Yep, that is a big problem. Alien Force has a lot of retcons, even more than Omniverse. Okay. I did notice a few retcons in Alien Force, but if Omniverse doesn't have that many, then I'm sure I might, unless they're big retcons. Because you can have a lot of small retcons or one big retcon, and people will notice the one big one all the time. Swampfire is S tier. Swampfire is a good one. Yep, Swampfire is a good one. There's an explanation for retcons in Benton Universe. You'll find out in Omniverse. Okay, fair enough. How do you think it will be once Ben goes back to school? I prefer not to have to think about school in a cartoon show. Unless the show is about school, like My Hero Academia. Wildvine. I don't care that Swampfire has flame. Wildvine. You really love Wildvine, don't you? Ultimate Alien Force and Omniverse had the same team. They put more effort into Omniverse, so that's why the few episodes of Ultimate Alien, the final few episodes of Ultimate Alien aren't the best. My top 5 aliens has one from each show except for the classic that has 2. Okay. Well, name the ones. Actually, I think you've already named the 3, haven't you? The 2 that are in the classic and the one that's in Alien Force. But name them again just so I can be sure, because I've heard someone say that they like a few aliens. I can't remember if that was you, Brandon. I'm sorry. Omniverse is... I love the way they get through plot lines. Okay. Oh, good. There's a really dark humor headcanon about one of Gwen's friends you'll meet soon. It's really good headcanon. Okay. Oh yeah, Diamond Head, Wrath, and Heat Blast. Yeah, I do remember that. I remember someone saying the 3 aliens, but I can't remember if it was you. Lighting questions. Favorite vehicle design. Favorite vehicle design, and besides the Omnitrix, what is your favorite alien tech device? Vehicle. It's got to be Kevin's. It's got to be Kevin's car. Design. Design of what? I don't know. Original classic Vilgax is the best design. And besides the Omnitrix, what is your favorite alien device? Ship. Is Ship technically a robot or an alien? I don't know. Would you rather own the rust bucket or Kevin's car? Kevin's car. Actually, but the rust bucket, you can sleep in it. You can live in the rust bucket, so I don't know. You were eating, Ultramate. What were you eating? What were you eating? Favorite of the monster aliens? Mine's Benwolf. I love the Mummy. I think the Mummy was very good. Rust Bucket 3 is the best version of the Rust Bucket. Yeah, how many times does the Rust Bucket get blown up? Ship is an alien. He's a Galvan Mechamorph. Okay. I can't remember what devices we have, though. You know what? You said besides the Omnitrix, what is the favorite alien tech device? The Ultimatrix. Smart-ass answer, but there it is. Thoughts on the Circus Freaks and think they will return? I'd like the Circus Freaks to make a return. And what about the Rust Bucket with upgrade? Awesome. Since both Gwen and Kevin had new designs in season 3, do you think Ben should have had a new design as well? You know what? Now that just talks to me about the design. The design change was just something for season 3. Because if we go back to Ultimate Alien and Ben and Kevin and Gwen look the same as they did in season 1 and 2, then that's clearly just a decision from the writers of the show or Cartoon Network. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't mind the design changes for Kevin and Gwen. I mean, I didn't really like that they changed Kevin into what he was for season 3, but I didn't mind his design when he was pretending to be human. My favorite aliens are Diamond Head, Wrath, and one from Omniverse. Okay. Do I think Ben should have had a new design for season 3? No. I love that jacket. I want that jacket to stay. Also, the Rust Bucket has weapons. Yes, the Rust Bucket does have weapons, but so does Kevin's car. The Null Void Projector. Yes! The Null Void Projector is a good one. But then again, why would I go to the Null Void Projector? Because I don't want to go to the Null Void. Are you going to watch Generator Rex? Maybe. Maybe. There's also the Galvan Morph suit from Destroy All Aliens. Yes, of course. That was very good. If you could give Ben an alien form from different franchises, what would it be? An alien from a different franchise. I immediately go to Star Wars because that's the thing that I picture as the most aliens. That's hard. That's hard, that one. Big Chill or Octagon? Big Chill. Big Chill all day. Do you know what Ben looks like in Omniverse? No, I don't. No, I don't. You know what? If someone was to show me it, I could say whether I've seen it or not, but I'm not going to go looking it up. Omniverse Ben has got an amazing closet. Okay. I prefer Arctiguana personally. Why? Why? Big Chill is incredible. Should Max have died for real? We all love him, but he barely does anything after his return. Yeah, there is a... I think they should have just kept him missing for the entire series. Should Max have died for real? I don't think she should. No, not for real, because that moment when he comes back in season 2 is so good. I would not sacrifice that moment. A Lazath from Star Wars. What's a Lazath? Give Edward the Giant. Give me an example of who that is. From a Lasat. You mean a Lasat from Star Wars? Zeb from Rebels. Hero the Artist made an minion called Overkill, which is a symbiote from Marvel. Nice. I give Ben the knocks of Stargate. I need to watch Stargate. I want to watch Stargate. I need to get caught up on its lore. He'd never use it, but it would be really powerful while not in combat. Okay. If Ben had master control with the Ultimatrix, what character from another show, not counting gods, do you think could beat him? God. I have no idea. Probably Superman. Superman could beat Ben, I think. Because Ben doesn't have kryptonite, he doesn't have red sunlight, and he doesn't use magic either. So, and those are Superman's 3 weaknesses. So I think Superman could do it. To be honest, Broly from Dragon Ball with an ultimate form would go so hard. I also need to watch Dragon Ball as well. What if Ben could use his alien abilities without the Omnitrix Ultimatrix? He'd be fucking god tier power. Because the Omnitrix is probably his biggest weakness, as well as his personality. What is your favourite episode of the whole series? The whole series. I think it might be the season 2 finale, maybe. I think the season 2 finale might be my favourite. Well, if you can count the War of the Worlds both parts as one episode, then that would be my favourite. Who do you think is going to drive Ben to be more serious? Who do I think could drive Ben to be more serious? I feel like Vilgax has come the closest so far. Once again, I advocate for Zombozo for that one. Max was just a plot device for the whole series. Yeah. Yeah, he was. Like I said, they should have just strung his disappearance along for the whole series and gone with what they were probably originally planning for the show. What do you think of the chances of Vilgax to be the final villain Ultimate Alien? It would not surprise me. He's been the final villain for the classic series a lot. He's been the final villain for for Alien Force. I would not be surprised if he is the villain for Ultimate Alien. What was the best amount of story in Ben 10 so far, in your opinion? The best moment of story in Ben 10 so far, in your opinion? Ooh. That's hard. Best moment of storytelling in Ben 10. So that's not even just Alien Force. That's also classic series as well. That is very hard because there's a lot of history in Ben 10 now from where I am. I can't think of a proper good moment. Yep, Zeb from Rebels. Yeah. What do you think of Vilgax's true form at the end of Alien Force? Like I said in the reaction, I would have loved it if he said you face the true form of Vilgax and he just goes back to how he used to look. But yeah, I found it weird. I found it kind of weird that he's just a giant squid. It makes sense, but it's still kind of weird. Ben 10 or Ken 10? Obviously Ben. Obviously Ben. Ben could scan Superman and then go ultimate. Yeah, you got a point. You got a point. You've got a very good point there. Fuck! Ben could scan his DNA and become Kryptonian in peak physical condition. God damn it, you're right. As Ben said, he'd scan Superman. As Ben, he'd scan Superman while being Ghost Freak, then transform into a Kryptonian. Also, Kryptonians still need to breathe oxygen. I don't know. Is that technically true? Because I'm pretty sure there's been versions of Superman before where he has been able to breathe in space. Basically, every time Max or Gwen is in danger, Ben gets deathly serious. I think if someone threatens Julie enough, he'd also go that far. Who would you like from the classic series to return in Ultimate Alien or Omniverse? Zombozo! Of course, Zombozo. Once again, incredibly underrated villain. Thoughts on Goop? He's a cool villain. Cool alien. He's a cool alien. I just felt like he was a poor substitute for Upgrade in a way. I feel like Upgrade could do what Goop used to anyway. I think Vilgax is being overused and humiliated too much in Alien Force. Yeah, that's very true. Because in the classic series, he didn't show up that much. And he didn't face off against Ben as much as he did in Alien Force. So how many times did they face each other in Alien Force? Like at least 3, 4, maybe 5 times. And Vilgax pretty much got his ass kicked all the time. So yeah, kind of annoying. Who do you think Ben marries in the future? It's got to be Julie. If anyone at this moment, it's got to be Julie. And I know why you're saying that. Do you think Kai is going to make a return from the classic series? The one who only liked Ben when he was a fucking werewolf. The furry girl. Vilgax could deactivate Ben transformations with a mere click in Classic and didn't even know how to use the Omnitrix in Alien Force. Very true. That is very true. Alien Force Season 3 was going to have a whole different story. Yeah, we've heard that before. People saying that they're going to use that storyline in Ultimate Alien, which I'm excited about. Imagine if Vilgax says, now you meet the true form of Vilgax and becomes his future version. Yeah. The one from the Ben 10,000 episode, yeah. To me, the best moment of the whole franchise is when Ben is compared to Noah and the Omnitrix is the Ark. Such a badass delivery from Azimuth. That is a very good line from Azimuth. The better question is, if Ben acquired Kryptonian DNA, what would he call the transformation? God. No idea. Who's the character that deserved the hype? Wrath. Wrath definitely deserves the hype. Have you ever watched Taskmaster? I don't believe I have. Goop or Upchuck? Goop. Goop. I'd take Goop all the time. Is there a food or drink you would try from Ben 10? I don't know. I'm not that much of a fan of smoothies, so probably not. Definitely not having any of Max's cooking. Probably the chili fries. Maybe that's it. And I don't even like chili, so. But I'd rather have that compared to a smoothie or Max's cooking. I always feel kind of sad because my favourite two-parter is in season 6 of Omniverse. I have only been able to find one channel with the reactions that is that far in Ben 10. Hope you get there someday. I will get there someday, but I do not know how long it is going to be. Zombozo returns in one of the most disappointing episodes. Well, that is a spoiler. That is a spoiler. Ultimate Kryptonian Zack Snyder Superman with a gun. Ben is part Anodite like Gwen, so he could theoretically. What did you say, Overnight Ascension? What did you say there? Gwen, part Anodite like Gwen, so he could. I imagine you're trying to say theoretically there, use magic as well against Superman. If Ben was ever going to use magic, I think they would have already done it. So I just feel like he can't use it. Is the stream lagging to everyone, or is my internet giving up on me? I don't know, but the comments are coming in quite fast, so I am having to scroll back up to see some of the questions. No problems, mate. We just want Kysept to be as blind as possible while watching Ben 10. Yeah, talking about the comment that spoiled Zombozo. Let me tell you something. When the Omnitrix recalibrate, it resets functions, which is all functions, which is why Vilgax doesn't know how to use it. Okay, fair enough. Forearms or Humongousaur? Humongousaur. Chili fries always look good. Do you know Ben's middle name? No, I don't know Ben's middle name. Ben doesn't have the spark. His anodite stuff is dormant. Yep. I think that was mentioned in the episode where the grandma's shown up. It's an explanation that makes sense. I just wish they actually explained it in the show. Do you like Vilgax or Ghost Freak more? I don't know. Are you talking Alien Force Vilgax or Ghost or classic Vilgax? His middle name is Kirby. Ben Kirby Tennyson. Wonderful. It's wonderful, is it not? If I ever had to use one of Ben's outfits, the jacket, green jacket, of course. Have any of you ever seen that picture online? It's a photoshopped picture of Tom Holland as Ben 10. I'd wear that outfit. I would wear that outfit. If you've seen that picture. What's your favourite quote? My favourite quote? I can't think of one off the top of my head. Classic Vilgax or classic Ghost Freak? I feel like Vilgax just inches it a little bit for me. Yep, you've seen it. Yeah, that picture of Tom Holland as Ben 10. I'd wear that outfit. I'd wear that outfit all day. Bloody hell, we've been going for over an hour and 45 minutes. I need to stop this soon. My favourite scene in Ben 10 is in Secret of the Omnitrix when Gwen gets kidnapped by the Wild Vines and Ben says, I don't care, after Myax tells him not to transform. Yeah. When he thought Gwen died, he went crazy. I'm literally trying to get that outfit for cosplaying, including contacts and a wig. Yeah. What can I say? I'm feeling nostalgic. Favorite quote is, "Did you just eat the baby?" Fun fact: Base Humongousaur is strong enough to lift up way big. Okay. I mean, we're probably never going to see that, but that's cool. Do you like the way Ben shouts his alien names? I do kind of like it, yeah. Is it a spoiler if I tell you... Is it a spoiler if I tell you the name of one of Ben's alien species? I don't know, is it an alien that's already shown up or not? Ultimate Alien has the darkest episodes in the entire series. Good. That's very good. Cannonbolt was my favourite alien as a child. I got so hyped when he came back in Alien Force. It was a good moment. It was a very good moment. Yes, when Ben's cycling through all his aliens in the Null Void. That's the season 2 finale, isn't it? That is a good scene. If it's an alien shown in one of your reactions, it's a spoiler if I tell you what the name. If it's been in an episode that I've already watched, then no, it's not a spoiler. So go for it. Still miss the classic transformation sequences. Yeah, I do as well. I miss them as well. Fun fact: because of how different the DNA is in the Omnitrix, is the Omniverse could theoretically scan any human with a quirk in the My Hero universe and get their powers. You're seeing all this back here, aren't you? That's why you're saying that. Would you like to see more space traveling episodes in the future? Yeah, I would. I would actually, because the Red versus Blue episode in season 3 of Alien Force was delightfully entertaining, and the Wrath episode as well, incredibly entertaining. If I've seen most of the Alien of Ben 10 movies so far, which one is my favourite? Does Secret of the Omnitrix count as a movie? Or is it a 3-parter? Is it just 3 episodes? If you count it as a movie, then it's that one. We got the werewolf in classic series. His name is called Loboan, and the mummy is called Thepkufan, and Dr. Victor is called the Transillion. Nice. I didn't know that, and thankfully it's not really a spoiler. Yeah, that's cool. Omniverse ties up a lot of loose ends with the classic series. Okay, looking forward to that. Do you want to see an episode where shows why and how Ben stops wearing the Omnitrix? I don't know if I'd watch an entire episode about that, but I'd like to hear the story. I don't know if I need an entire episode for like a flashback of that, but I'd like to hear like them tell the story of why and how they did it. Azimuth, that's none of my concern, but it is now. Goes Cannibal. Yeah, that's it. Secret of the Omnitrix is a movie. Yeah, that's the best movie then. Yep. People often forget that heat blast species as toddlers can reach supernova level. Yes, I remember that episode when Ben transformed into a baby and then he went heat blast. I remember that moment. There's a rumor that a new Ben 10 movie is in production based off the classic series. Okay. I just hope they can get a good child actor to do it, or if they want to make him an adult now, I wonder. The sludge puppy species are called Lenapan. Okay. Ben 10 is arguably the most serious in Secret of the Omnitrix in the classic series. Yeah, he definitely was. He definitely was most serious in that moment when he thought Gwen died. Alright, let me put my game face on. That's been a rumor for years, to be honest. Listen, if I had money and any sort of acting ability, I'd make that fan film myself of me being Ben 10. If I had any sort of acting chops and the money to do so. Ben has the best personality in Ultimate Alien, in my opinion. Okay. Ultimate Alien has my favourite story arc in the franchise. Very good. Stupid watch. I hate this watch. We don't hear that much nowadays. You know what I would love? What I need to hear? I need to hear Gwen call Ben a dweeb. I need that in my life. One more time. I need grown-up Gwen to call grown-up Ben a dweeb. Which Ultimate Alien do you wish to see? Which Ultimate Alien do you wish to see in Ultimate Alien? Which Ultimate form do I wish to see in Ultimate Alien? I've said this before, but Big Chill. Big Chill and Wrath are the ones I'm looking forward to the most. I'd love to see sludge puppies more in Ben 10. Admittedly, I don't remember much of Ultimate Alien, okay. Todoroki doesn't stand a chance against Heat Blast. He can melt his ice and absorb the flames, and Shoto can only punch him with his fire-resistant side. Yeah. I think that's what I like about My Hero, though. Yes, they all have good powers, but they also have incredible weaknesses. So no one really feels too OP. And when they get to that level where they're OP, it makes sense and it feels earned. So that's why I like My Hero so much. It's a shame none of you really like me watching it. Forgot to mention the Race Against Time theme when I'm talking about the best theme tunes. I can't really remember it. There's a lot I don't remember about that. Well, there's not a lot of good stuff I remember about that movie. Heat Blast could have made fire swords if he wanted to, but never does. That'll be cool. There's rumored that Grandpa lost his arm while in a war with the sludge puppies. Is that why he has the robotic arms in the Ben 10,000 episode? Race Against Time theme is OG, but rock version. Okay. Kind of like a little faster in Alien Swarm. I remember the grey matter transformation. I have a Mirio figure. It's my only anime figure. Listen, I don't know why I've dipped down into this rabbit hole of getting all this stuff for My Hero Academia, but I have. I've entered the rabbit hole. Like even there at the top, you can see I started collecting My Hero Academia Funko Pops. That is a slippery slope, which I don't know if I want to keep going down. But yeah, I do want to keep collecting those My Hero Academia ones, though. Race Against Time is an alternate timeline anyway. Yeah, I figured that. Love Chroma Stone. I wish he appeared more often. I think he didn't appear a lot because he was difficult to draw. It makes sense. Did you listen to the a little faster? What does that mean? Also love Chroma Stone. It was mentioned in pop-up trivia of Ben 10,000 that Future Max lost his arm due to the Limax. The shape-shifting aliens took the place of old people in the classic series. Okay. They would be creepy villains to bring back, those guys. How much do I think the budget was for Alien Swarm? I don't even want to think about that. Alien Swarm Grandpa Max feels different. For me, any of the both of the live action movies, neither of them nailed Grandpa Max. Neither of them got Grandpa Max right. Race Against Time didn't get Max right, and neither did Alien Swarm. Now, Alien Swarm nailed Ben, Gwen, and Kevin, especially Kevin. Do I have any Arrow figures? Do I? I don't. No, I don't have any Arrow figures. I have a lot of DC stuff. I have a lot of DC Funko Pops, but nothing from Arrow. A little faster is the theme tune to Ben 10 Alien Swarm. I'll have to listen to that at some point. Because I think I do remember a song and really liking the song in the credits. So I will listen to that. Old aliens with the new Omnitrix or new aliens with the old Omnitrix? Old aliens with the new Omnitrix. Yeah, I want the classic aliens back. Oh, does that mean I have to lose the new aliens? Eesh. You're basically just asking me if I prefer the old or new aliens. So many people making hard questions for me. That moment you realise Slug Pup is a racial alien slur. 19 and I live with my parents, so I can't afford much of that stuff. But I wish I could get a Swamp Fire Funko. Yeah. I was lucky. I was lucky to get this thing. I was lucky to get this. I'm sure if you look hard enough, you could get one. You'll find one somewhere. Which one do you feel, in your opinion, feel better? Alien Swarm or Race Against Time? Definitely Alien Swarm. I much prefer Alien Swarm to Race Against Time. Because I feel like, and it's no fault of their own, because they're only child actors, but when you compare having child actors to teenage actors or actors in their early 20s, obviously the older actors are going to do better. And I think the story for Alien Swarm was better as well. $40 million for Alien Swarm. Jesus. I couldn't even imagine having that amount of money. But yeah, that seems like a big budget for what we got of that film. Because I do remember watching that and talking about, like, saying, like, it's so it felt like such a small budget, but it felt like it was trying to do very big scale. Speaking of live action movies, would you like to see Eon and the nano chips back in the actual show? In the cartoon, yeah, I'd like to see that. I'd like to see what goes on with that girl from Alien Swarm as well, the one with the red jacket. I would like to see what happened with her. Can you believe it? No, I can't believe the $40 million. I like Race Against Time, but it's mainly because of your nostalgia. Yep. What's your favorite DC character? I just enjoy Batman stories, but that's just very generic. So I wouldn't say I have like a character. I'm like, oh my god, this is the most incredible, in-depth character I've ever seen. So I don't know if I can say anything like that. I love using the promotional music while the instrumental was used in the movie. Okay. I'll be honest, I was watching Arrow for like 40 minutes. Fair enough. You're in season 2 right there, are you? Is this your first time watching through it, or have you already seen the whole thing? You have the Lego Ben 10 too? Isn't that really expensive now? What Lego Ben 10? I don't have any Lego Ben 10. Oh, yes. Oh, you're talking about these, yeah. My sister got these for me for Christmas. Yeah, my sister got these for Christmas. Yeah. I was incredibly shocked when I got these. I thought, how could you find any sort of Ben 10 merch anywhere? Yeah. Yeah, Bionicles, yeah. I used to love Bionicles when I had them back in the day. I was wanting to race against time and tricks prop. It was so good, right? You're leaving, Chris. Have a safe night. You too. Yeah, I never asked what my sister paid for these, but I imagine she paid quite a fair amount of money. It's very difficult, at least, to find Alien Force Omnitrix that doesn't look like a toy. I haven't found one for my cosplay yet, and I lost one I had as a kid. Who do you think is Kenny's mother, Kai, Julia, or a new character? I don't want to go into skin color here, but from the appearance of Kai and Ken in the episodes they were in, you're meant to believe Kai, maybe. I'd like to believe it's Julie. But then again, when they made Kenny, I wouldn't be surprised if they were thinking of Kai, because Julie wasn't created yet as a character. Unless they were planning to create Julie, but I don't think they were thinking that far ahead. So I'm thinking Kenny is supposed to be Kai. Kai is supposed to be Kenny's mother, but I want to think it's Julie. My first time watching Arrow, sorry for the delay to answer. It's taking long for my stream to load, and it's lagging quite a bit. I'm on the episode Felicia is kind of jealous of Sarah. Okay. Well, if you're watching through Arrow for the first time, you're in for a bit of a roller coaster of times, going from season to season, especially if you're only in season 2. You've got good times and bad times ahead of you for Arrow. Season 4 of the classic series and Season 1 of Alien Force were made together. Okay. So when was the Kenny episode was in Season 4, wasn't it? So they may have been thinking of Julie. They may have been thinking of Julie as Kenny's mother. Do you think we'll get Ben 10K in Ultimate Alien? I'd like that. If Paradox ever shows up again, maybe you can do that for them. Take them to the Ben 10K universe. Do you think Ben will have new love interest in Ultimate Alien or Omniverse? I hope not. I want Julie to stick around. I've heard Season 5 is the best, so looking forward to that. Season 5 is incredible of Arrow. Season 5 is incredible. Because obviously, you know that they do the flashbacks of each year is away. Season 1 does the flashbacks of the first year is away. Season 2 does the flashbacks of the second year. Season 5 is naturally the 5th year that he was missing, and it all ties together very nicely at the end. Season 5 does a good job of wrapping up the story. Gave up on Arrow after Season 3. Haven't watched it since. Yeah. A lot of people did. That's when it started to lose its traction. All right, those questions are disguised spoilers at this point. Okay. Yeah, Alien Force only came out a few weeks after the original series. Fair enough. Which country are you from? English is my second language. I'm not that good at identifying accents. Manchester, England, UK. Nice. All right, it's nearly 2 a.m. So I think we'll end this at 2 a.m. So you got 8 minutes before we finish off. Yep. Tyler's saying me too. Yep. If any of you watched my Christmas video, you would have recognized Tyler, or Safi as he is in the chat. You would have recognized Charlie. But Tyler, I'm sorry about that. I don't know who the hell Charlie is. Here in Mexico, Cartoon Network had a whole hour for Ben 10 when I was a kid. Very nice. Ben 10 is really OP when you consider that he can can change the species of his opponent, aka Superman can change into the species of his opponent, Superman and Goku. Yeah. Have a good rest of your day. What do you mean, good rest of my day? It's 2 a.m. I'm going to sleep. Omniverse really said F it when it came to Ben's love life. Oh, God. Yeah, I saw that before you retracted it, Osman. You know what? Ultramate, please answer me in the chat. Ultramate, are you there? Do you think Ben will ever gain full control of Alien X at some point? I don't think so. Upgrade versus Nanomech. Upgrade, please. Yeah, people are asking questions that are spoilers. Yeah. Okay, 1 minute late on the stream. Guess what, Ultramate? You are now a moderator. And guess what? Tyler, you are also a moderator. So now I have 3 moderators. So congrats to Ultramate and to Tyler for becoming moderators. Number of moderators increased rather quickly. Congrats. Yep. Sweet. Hope you're doing something. Yep. So that's for you, Ultramate, and for you, Tyler. Well, I think this has been a successful first stream, our first live stream ever. How's it been for all of you? Thoughts on Ultimate Humongous on Swampfire? I loved it. I especially love the Swampfire look. So yeah, I think we'll be ending this stream in a couple of minutes. And do you think I should do more? Just not about, well, not all of them will be about Ben 10. Some people can ask some things about Ben 10. But yeah, just a hangout every now and again, maybe. Maybe that's something we can do. This one, mate, I hope you do more. Yeah, I hope I can do more, because this was actually, it's nice being able to do something for YouTube and not have to edit it. Maybe when it's not 2 a.m. for me. Yeah, true. Maybe on weekends, because thankfully I've got this week off work, so. Yeah, I mainly did it at this time for me because I know most of my viewership comes from America, so I had to do it at an appropriate time for them. You're gonna go watch Peer Pressure of Alien Force. That's the episode that introduces Ship, if I'm not mistaken. It's 6 a.m. It's 6 a.m. where I'm from. Oh, God. Usman. God. Yeah, well, I think we'll be ending this very soon. It's 10 p.m. here. Yep, thought so. Yeah, I'm tired. I've been watching WrestleMania all weekend. I am tired. I've been coming home from sports bars for the last 2 nights at 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. So. Hope you enjoy the rest of Ben 10. I love like 90% of it. That's good. That's good for you. But yeah, people, this is the end of the stream. I hope you all had a great time. So yeah, this is the end of it. I wonder what topic we'll be talking about next time. So yeah, this is the end of my first live stream, and that is all we've got for now. Until next time, we are over and out. Bye. Bye. I can't talk. I've lost my voice. Bye.